So this is my bathtub worm bin. I've had it in the polytunnel for, I don't know, probably 5 years. There's a bucket underneath, so any juice that runs out the bottom, i.e. worm tea, and worm tea is when worms break things down, they produce juice out of the things that they break down, and they call it worm tea, and it's very good as a fertilizer for your plants and things. So this is a bathtub. There you go, you can see the hole at the bottom, and it's 6 foot by, I don't know what it is, it's 6 foot long. It's a normal size bathtub. I'm just topping it up with some, well, not topping it up, I'm just pouring some water over it just to dampen it down. I've been feeding it now for the last month. When I say feeding it, I've been putting my vegetable scraps, eggshells and vegetable scraps and peelings and the pulp from my juicer and all these sort of things into the worm bin to feed to the worms. Now there probably are some worms left in here, but it's been going for a while, and so they're probably a bit sort of burnt out, the worms that are in here. Now I've just bought some more worms online and I'm going to add them. They came in a very weird materially type, it's like a dumpy bag, but a miniature, tiny miniature dumpy bag. And I'm going to add the worms just here. The green bits that you can see are they're bags, composting bags for when you do veg, and when you chuck your veg scraps in the bin, you get these bags and they're biodegradable. I think they're made out of cornstarch or something. They take ages to rot down. Anyway, I'm going to add some worms to it. So I've bought 100 grams of red wriggler or tiger worms. I don't think there's anything left in there, but you can see the worms are here. There we go, there's a good sized ball of them. And I'm just literally going to put them all in one spot, which is just there. And they're wriggling away, so they're absolutely fine. I'm going to water it a bit more. I'm going to cover them over. I don't really like these bags, but they're in. So cover it over. Now there are a lot of vegetable scraps in here already, which are fruit and veg, and they're mostly over here. Now there is some ants in here as well, which is unfortunate, but not a lot I can do. I'm going to put that, this is a bit of brown material over the top as well. There is some more wood shavings or wood chips in here, which I do wood chipping jobs, and so there's some wood chips in as well. So I'm just going to chuck different bits and pieces over the top. I'm actually going to put a couple of sheets of newspaper over in a minute. I'm going to first of all add a bit more water, bear with me. There we go, I've just added another bucket of water to it as well. I'm going to put some newspaper over the top. That'll keep the moisture in and keep it in darkness a bit. And I'm going to probably put this silver insulation foam over the top as well. It's the puzzle page, so if the worms get bored, they can do some puzzles. Wow. Is it both sides? Yeah, well, hang on a minute. Look, there we go. We'll put puzzle side down just in case they like crosswords. Oh, it is both sides. There we go. Anyway. There we go. So I'm going to put this on as well. Look, I can hear the water pouring out of the worm bin. Now then, let's just put that in there like that. And I'm probably going to pour the water back in. So this is just a bit of expanded foam that you can buy to insulate your building or whatever. And there's a bit that I've got left over. There is a hole in it, so I'm going to put something in to cover that hole. But for now, that's it. I will be making a mesh top to go over the top to stop mice and rats from getting in. But at the minute, they aren't using it. They aren't getting into it and eating anything, which is fantastic. So this is my worm bin, and I've just added some worms to it again. I hope they will live long and be happy and prosperous in my worm bin. And we'll see how they go. I have got something to cover that end, bear with me. There we go, I've got a bit of plyboard. I just wanted to make sure it was nice and covered up so that nothing can get in really. There's a bit of gap on the edge. There we go, anyway. I'd like to keep it more covered, just as I say, to keep the mice and the vermin out. But there we go, one worm bin, and it's got the hole in the bottom, and the water or the worm tea will come out and go in the bottom. I'll probably use that water up, either run it back through the actual bathtub or water it into the garden, and then when the worms break down the food waste, the vegetable and fruit waste, they'll make their own worm tea, and I'll be able to use that as a fertiliser for my plants. Worm bin update, cheers.